There is no reason to buy any other mid-size pickup truck with this existing. I'll include a link to the Super Ford here in Salt Lake's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this truck. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 2.7 liter V6. It goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 19 around 10. 23 on the highway with power outputs being 315 horsepower and then 400 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. This one's finished in the new desert sand color, which makes this look a lot more rugged. Got the signature C-shape headlights and then metallic gray for the front grille. This also has fog lights. We've got underbody protection and recovery points. Putting it all together, especially with this new desert sand color, looks really cool. 255 by 70 by 17 is the tire and wheel setup. You got metallic gray for the wheel coloration and all-terrain tires, by the way. Got these nice little fender flares here on the side and then XLT there on that vent piece. Now the mirror caps and the door handles are unpainted, but no big problem. This version of the Ranger is still leaf sprung, and then we've got the FX4 logo there on the side. And there's a little step here on the side of the bed too. And then here is the side profile of the Ranger. Now, when it comes to the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start. You have a flip out key for the ignition and the Ford logo on the back. Now, popping into the bed, the tailgate is dampened, so it does slow lower for you. It also has a ruler on the edge. Outlet in the bed. Now, this particular one doesn't have bed liner, but that's one of the easiest accessories to add to a pickup. Sharp looking taillight design here, and then you guys can see again with the metallic gray bumper, we've got parking sensors integrated into it too. So far, I'd say this is a great looking truck on the exterior. Let's pop inside. So we've got this nice stitching across. You can see the storage down below. More nice stitching in the cloth trim in the center of the seats, also pretty cool looking. Now, mid-size pickup trucks don't have a ton of space, but I fit back here. We also have an outlet, some USB ports down below, as well as some extra storage. And then headroom back here is actually pretty good. Let's now pop up front. More really nice stitching here. You can see all of the window controls. The mirrors do power fold in. We also have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. 1,411 pounds of payload capacity. And then cloth here for the seat. The seat is power adjustable, by the way, with lumbar support. Controls for the fog light, and then also just your headlights, automatic headlights, by the way. And flip out the key in the ignition. Boom. Soft touch trim all around, and then you got the Ford logo front and center. Practical controls for the center stack here on the right side. You've got your cruise control, volume controls, voice command controls on the left side. Now we've got a mostly digital gauge cluster, and you can customize what this displays there in the center menu, which is definitely a nice feature to have. And then it will also display the drive modes. It's not like a crazy animation, but it lets you know which one you're going into. We have modes for both on-road and off-road use. Just a regular backup camera in reverse. You guys can see the real glare here on the screen. Not horrible, but there is some. Now this also comes with the off-road pages. I'll show you guys a shortcut in a little bit, but it lets you know your pitch and your roll, tire pressure. And then this is where you're gonna lock the rear differential if you need to use that, and there's off-road cruise control too. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's this giant tablet. You've got that shortcut bar at the top to pull down the different tabs, depending on what you want to select. Climate controls are built into the bottom here, so you do have physical buttons there, but for like the heated seats, for example, it's only in the screen. But dual zone climate, by the way. Wireless phone charging pad, we got USB ports as well. Shifter for the 10-speed, it has the plus and minus, so you can shift the gears yourself. Got some cup holders here, parking brake behind that. Stability control, auto stop start, and then that off-road truck scene is the off-road pages in the infotainment system. This one has the trailer backup system, but your drive mode select, twist the dial, and then the drive line. This is just a traditional part-time four-wheel drive system with four-wheel low. And then the center console, quite a bit of storage. Nice soft touch trim there on the top. More storage above the glove box itself, and the dash has kind of a cool rugged design. And then we have this little button right here because that opens up the power sliding rear glass, so it's nice that you got power on that, but no sunroof, by the way. So 2025 Ranger, again this one's finished in desert sand, $46,820. Let's sum things up for this video. Also, I forgot to mention, trailer brake controls right next to the ignition with this. So Ranger V6, this is, I think, the least expensive one I've been able to find with the V6. If you took away the FX4 package, which I think you kind of want the FX4 package, but if you took that away and the trailer backup assist, then you'd be even less money. But, you know, maybe like, what, 44? Crazy! Sorry, GoPro's slipping. It's crazy. So first off, I'll show you guys the acceleration here. Makes a cool turbo sound. Great torque. I mean, for a mid-size pickup truck, this is phenomenal. Seriously phenomenal. And the dampening of the bump is great too. You Give you guys another little acceleration here. Smooth with the 10-speed. Such a solid powertrain. Again, in a midsize pickup truck, this is just so good. And I've done quite a bit with the Ranger, so I've got a pretty good idea of how it drives. It's got a more truck-like feel because leaf spring, solid rear axle, but it drives nice for a midsize. The steering's great. It's direct. It's light. It's an easy truck to drive. But the highlight, again, is the powertrain. It's so smooth on the low end. It's got so much torque. It's seriously impressive. And this area here is really bumpy. So this will show you guys the suspension. Like, you go over all this, and you feel it, of course. But yeah, the chassis and everything soaks it up quite well. So it's nice. By the way, there's construction, so that's why we're doing a little bit of a different drive. I don't want to have to deal with that, so it happens sometimes. But yeah, the point that I'm trying to make here with this Ranger is you get this wonderful powertrain in a good mid, like the truck itself, you take away the powertrain, you just look at the truck. This is competitive with everyone else. And, you know, feature-wise, I feel like Ford is offering more than, definitely more than Toyota at this price point. Again, take away the engine, just look at heated seats, dual zone climate, all of that. Rear locking differential. And GM has somewhat similar. I mean, you can get like a Z71 Colorado at this price point, a little bit more. But then once you take into account the powertrain, it's like, okay, so the Ford offers just as many options as the other two. And it offers, on top of that, a V6 powertrain. So it's like you get all the interior features and you also get a better engine. I don't know, I think that it's like a win-win across the board, if you ask me. So, and then this new color looks really cool. That's the other thing that's really appealing with this, is you've got this, and they've got other cool colors, like I think it's the cactus gray. So you've got a lot of cool colors in the Ranger. But tight parking space. Either way, I hope that that little speed bump and the rough road showed you guys how good the suspension is in the Ranger here. And then the V6 is such a delight. Like, seriously, if you're looking at sub $50,000 for a midsize pickup truck, this is the one to get. This is the one to get. And then once you go above 50,000, well, I think that the Ranger is still the one to get, because the Raptor, now that I've had a chance to have a bit more experience with all of them, the Raptor is just the best one. It's, you know, I love the 35-inch tall tire package on the Colorado ZR2 and the GMC Canyon, but they're just too much money for a 4-cylinder. And so it's like the V6 and the Ranger, and then the equipment. It's not just the V6, it's the equipment that Ford offers at the price point that they offer it at. And on top of that, this is like the best built Ford. Fords that come from Australia, just, again, this is built for a market that is all about rugged and crazy and all of that. So let me know what you guys think about the Ranger with the V6, but really, really cool truck.